Hey everyone, it's Abby. I've been wanting to make a new Regency chemise for a while now. I have one that I made at the beginning of my historical costuming journey. I made it using a polyblend linen from Joann's. It's pretty heavyweight, but it works pretty well. I think it'll be better for colder weather. I had bought a couple of thicknesses of linen from Dharma Trading Company for another project, but I didn't end up using it for that, so I had just enough for a couple of chemises. I'm going to be making a chemise for my 1890s project too. I really love the lightweight quality of this linen. It's going to be perfect for under light, breezy Regency period dresses. So let's get sewing. I'm using the same pattern I used before, Laughing Moon 115. This pattern also has long and short stays. I've made both types. It's a pretty simple pattern to follow. The gussets can be tricky, but you just have to follow the directions. I check the length of my fabric to make sure I can cut all my pieces out of this length. I also check my old chemise to see if I added length to the pattern. Looks like I didn't. I pin the back pattern piece on the fold of the linen fabric. I pin my sleeve, shoulder, and gusset pattern to the doubled fabric right next to the back piece. I cut out the pieces. I lay the front pattern piece on the fold. I fold under the top so I can have the lower neckline. It lines up with my dresses that way. I pin the front to the linen. I cut the front piece out. I cut all the markings into the edges. I pin the shoulder piece onto the front top of the main body of the chemise, and I machine sew them in place. I pinned and machine sewed the shoulders to the back chemise piece as well. I trim one side of the seam. I fold the raw edges under to create a felled seam. I hand whip stitch that in place with a single cotton thread. I machine sew the sleeve piece onto the shoulder, matching up the top. I pin the gusset into the under part of the sleeve and sew it in following the instructions, one side at a time. I pin and machine sew down the sides of the chemise all the way down. I trim all the seams. I'll be hand felling all the rest of the seams. You could machine fell or use a serger to finish the raw seams. I just prefer to finish them by hand. I finger press the raw edges under, and I hand whip stitch the felled seams. I fold under the hem and hand whip stitch that in place. When I made the previous chemise, I found that the sleeves were just too long for the dresses that I make, so I'll be removing as much of the end of the sleeves as I can. I fold in half and trim about an inch from the edge of the sleeve. I finger press the raw edges under and hand whip stitch the sleeve hem in place. With my previous chemise, I found I needed to change the neckline a bit so it doesn't show under my dresses in the back. I lay my old chemise over the top to see where to cut. I think I remove about 2 inches and round it into the shoulder piece. I check how much I removed from the front neckline too. It looks to be a bit under an inch. I round it into the shoulder as well. I prefer to have a little rounding rather than the stark angle. It helps the cord move more smoothly. Now to finish the edges. I used this wider twill tape and ribbon for my earlier chemise, as it was all I had at the time. I'm going to be using this 1/2 inch twill tape at this time, and I bought some narrow twill tape for the cording. I pin the twill tape to the edge. I will be folding it around to create a casing while containing the raw edges. As you can see, I moved it about 1/4 inch from the edge so it would have a bit more twill tape for the casing on the other side. I use a hand running back stitch to attach the twill tape to the neckline. You can see I will be folding the twill tape to the inside, pinning and whip stitching in place. I created holes at the front of the twill tape with what I thought was white thread. It'll be on the inside, so it won't show. I thread the narrow twill tape into the first hole. I fold the twill tape to the inside while encasing the narrow twill tape and pinning in place. I hand whip stitch the twill tape to create the casing. Even having cut off 1 inch from the edge of the sleeve, I still have some that shows when I wear the chemise with my dresses. I add twill tape ties on both sides of the top of the shoulder with hand stitching. I tie those up, and that's enough not to show. And there we have it, a completed Regency linen chemise ready for wearing under my dresses. Thank you for joining me today as I made a Regency chemise. It's going to be a great lightweight option to wear under my Regency dresses. It's also good to have multiple chemises anyway, for washing purposes. I love creating elevated versions of old projects when I have more knowledge and experience. If you liked this video and want to see more sewing and costume videos, remember to subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Happy sewing! Hello, sweetie. She's a good girl.